We want to thank you so much for joining us. It's Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. We're coming back live for you on March 1st, Monday morning. The time is right now 8:16 a.m. and this is part 2 of the earlier morning broadcast from StreetNOW News. I'm Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. Getting it started for you. This particular early morning report will include incidents that occurred last night, Sunday night, February the 28th, that moves us into the Monday morning, March 1st, 2021. The voice you're hearing right now is the voice of Terry-Dwayne-Ashford, and we have relocated the part 2 of our reporting to Georgia Avenue and Eastern Avenue in Washington, D.C. I'm your journalist-in-chief broadcaster. I'm also your Indacarseat, DatGuY. We're going to go ahead and get it started for you in terms of the reports that was done late last night and into the morning. And we're going to start with the morning reports. Good morning, it's Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. We're coming in at 5:59 a.m. on March 1st, and the day is Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. This particular part of our production is not live and is the voice of Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. We are reporting 2 incidents of last evening that we refrain from reporting. Suspicion of fraudulent activity. Incident number 1 from last night was a man jumping the fence of a house near the vicinity of Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. Incident number 2, a Russian 2-tone modeled older sedan Lexus rushing upon Indacarseat, DatGuY, upon waking at 5:52 a.m. this morning, and went specifically down the trail in a rush behind cars, as if he was carrying out some type of activity or crime that was to be framed upon someone else. We're going to jump you right on back to incident number 1. The black male in the blue outfit jumping the fence occurred at between 11:06 and 11:09 p.m. on February the 28th. What stopped this man this time was the motion detecting lights that popped on as he was making his move. We identified this particular man as the same man who attempted to approach Indacarseat, DatGuY, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford, and caused movement from that particular location before. We also identified the house as one that's been used by someone who's involved in crimes, whether it's the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police. I believe it is the frat order of police that is using someone from that particular house. And the house has been identified by the stalking male in the silver SUV Infiniti, tag number 2176. Occupants of that house seem to be extremely very nice people, so there shall be no offense taken. However, people who are moving around that house appear to be using that particular house to carry out particular crimes against an Ashford, against journalism, and using potentially criminals. That is why we're on top of it. The man who jumped the fence last night jumped the fence of that particular house. The motion detection lights detected that man jumping the fence, which caused Indacarseat, DatGuY, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford, to identify that particular man. Nothing out of the ordinary occurred. However, we are documenting the incident anyway. It occurred at 11:06 p.m. on February the 26th. That was incident number 1 that we refrained from reporting because we didn't want to alarm anyone of anything that didn't need to be alarmed. Incident number 2 involved a black male, heavy set, about 300 something pounds, maybe, it was definitely more than 270. The weight height proportion gave him a very stubby frog look sitting even in his car. It was a black male appearing to have been a man with a beard, a huge beard, brown skin, driving a two-tone brown Lexus sedan old model, who rushed in order to be re-imaged as Indacarseat, that guy, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. The man followed a distinct trail that was given to him as the path of the Indacarseat, that guy, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford, and the man drove from Shepherd Street, making a right onto 12th Street, Northeast Washington, D.C., drove fast, recklessly up the street of 12th Street Northeast behind a particular vehicle who appeared to not have been involved in the activity at all, and the man sped on until he reached Franklin Street and reached the big trucks that gave the man a signal, and this man stopped there at Franklin and 12th Street Northeast Washington, D.C. It was there that the man in the two-tone brown Lexus sedan, older model, seemingly to be carrying out particular crimes that would be re-imaged. He turned left right there on Franklin Street and went on his merry way. Well, we're there in the car seat, that guy. StreetNOW News is right there. That appeared to have been a Muslim black man that participates in the patternized behavior of push, shove, ask him to fight back, defend, in order to record the defense as the victim's aggression. Terry-Dwayne-Ashford here reporting for you, none of it. As you know, StreetNOW News journalist Terry-Dwayne-Ashford arrived in Washington, D.C. at the ending of his career, or his journalism degree from Georgia State University. One of the reasons for arriving here was to investigate and to embed the diversity of Washington, D.C., which was then Chocolate City, into his reporting skill set. And when he did that, what we were able to find was not only the beauty of diversity, but also the problems of diversity. One of the problems we were able to recognize was the trading processes in place when diversity was as high as that we found in the Chocolate City, Washington, D.C. The trading that affected police work, ethics, money, and everything else in the society and the culture. And that brings more reporting for StreetNOW News. What we were able to see and recognize was everything changed. The scheme and the canvas changed. Things became more clear. One of the biggest, hugest changes that we were able to see is the change in sexuality. Who is gay and who is straight? And for whom would you be gay for? And for whom were you not? For whom were you hiding, and to whom were you showing your true self? From StreetNOW News, I'm Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. I'm bringing this report to you on February 28th, the night of Sunday night. The time is now 9:34. We're reporting this for you in lieu of what we found of the journalist himself. He came here for a career, and due to the exchange and the trading processes in place regarding diversity itself, diversity, the same diversity that traded the land and the continent of Africa was trading human lives, sex, human capital. We found here in Washington, D.C. From StreetNOW News, research of Terry-Dwayne-Ashford himself. I'm him. I'm your Jack, journalist in chief. StreetNOW News with Indacarseat, that guy, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. Is the guy that they all
a new day, new StreetNOW News.
And for knowing. I'm him, Indacarseat, that guy, for you, 9:35 p.m. on Sunday night, February 28th. We're closing out our reporting for
Your Jack
goes by no other name other than Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. Because you made me. In the car seat, that guy, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. Good evening, world. It's Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. I'm coming in with you at 7:43 on Sunday night, February 28th, and we're just here to report some hard news. We're hard news reporting tonight on the streets of 16th Street Northwest, Washington, D.C., and the corner of Webster Street, Webster, Webster. There's a church there called Mosaic Church. I'm not sure exactly what type of church it is, but there we have police activity, and we're simply reporting it as hard news. We have two men here sitting on the block at this nighttime hour. Two men sitting on the block held by the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police appears to be from 4D, once again doing their jobs, hopefully. I'm Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. I'm bringing it to you from Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., 16th Street and Webster Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. It looks like it's 2 blocks up the street from a Metro bus stop, 100-2340. 2 blocks up the street from a Metro bus stop, 100-2340. This particular report is coming to you from StreetNOW News. Terry-Dwayne-Ashford specifically to identify who is doing what and what is doing what and how it is doing it. We just want to make sure that people are staying honest and doing their jobs. You never know who they are attributing this particular work to. The people who are passing by. We want to make sure that it is the criminals who are treated like criminals versus innocent people. I'm Terry-Dwayne-Ashford reporting for you on this on this Sunday night. February the 28th is the exact date. Time is now closing out of this particular report at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Washington, D.C. One of the noticeable observations is that you had just two police cars. What appears to be one police officer in each car, and you had 4 Hispanic guys, 2 of them that were on the ground. Looks like you had equal, 1-on-1. You didn't have 7-on-1 as the black journalist had to experience from the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police. Again, this particular report is coming to you from Washington, D.C., 16th Street, Northwest Washington, D.C., and Webster Street here in Washington, D.C. on this gloomy night. Kind of sprinkling a little bit, but nice for walking and take a peaceful walk. I'm Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. We're ensuring that the right people are attributed for the crimes that they commit. For StreetNOW News, I'm him. In the car seat, that guy, your StreetNOW News reporter. StreetNOW News with In the Car Seat, that guy, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. Or Jet goes by no other name other than I'm him, because you made me. In the car seat, that guy, Terry-Dwayne-Ashford. StreetNOW News.
A new day, new StreetNOW News. Terry-Dwayne-Ashford, and we're bringing you on a new day. New day for our new Oval Office leader, new president. We also have new StreetNOW News.
This particular report has been brought to you by Terry-Dwayne-Ashford, StreetNOW News journalist and chief broadcaster, who is also the In the Car Seat, that guy, on March 1st, Monday. Thank you so much for getting your day started with us, getting your week started with StreetNOW News.